Hello, my name is Scott Dallin. I want to take a couple minutes and work with you today about ways that we can identify our sales priorities and uncover the opportunities associated with those quickly. So let's focus on how to work with leveraging our customer history to do that. We're going to pretend that we are a sales manager today and we need to identify those opportunities for our team to help them get what they need quickly. So let's start with our corporate intranet site. I'm on a corporate intranet site. Let's go up to our app launcher in the upper left-hand corner. That's your Office 365 tool that allows you to see all the applications that you have available to you. Now remember, as a sales manager, we want to see what's worked in the past. So one of the first places I want us to go is right here to Power BI. So we landed on our Power BI dashboard. Now this is where we have an opportunity at a glance to see what's important to me specifically. I can build the dashboards that are important to me. So as a sales manager, think about this. I want to take a look at the information that's going to help me make decisions for my sales team, help them get to their opportunities quickly. So let's take a look at the user interface to start with. If I come up here to the upper left-hand corner, do you see those three horizontal lines together? Anytime you see that, that's a More Options button. So let's go ahead and expand that. And this gives me my navigation pane right here. Down at the very bottom, I have that Get Data tile. Get Data allows you to pull in data sources and data sets from any number source. They can be internal, they can be external, they can be dynamic, or they can be static. And that allows you to bring these data sets in here to build your reports from. So my reports are built from my data sets, and my reports generate my dashboards. So to populate a dashboard, I can either drag and drop a report into this, or I can use the software here to help me build the reports that are specific to my questions. So here's one. We're a sales manager and we're trying to get this information for our sales team. I want to know what kind of campaigns have been successful in the past. So let me do a search on Let's Show Source Campaign. Fantastic. Here is my source campaigns that we've all used in the past here within our organization. Now, let's take a look at some of our closed opportunities and how they've worked in the past. So I've got Show Source Campaign typed in here. I want to go ahead and add a drill down opportunity here. So let's look at where opportunity status is already closed. Okay, remember, the reason I'm looking for information that's closed is because that's going to show us historically what's been effective. Now, it's still giving me a lot of really great information here, and it's just pulling it from my data sets, and all of this data sets that we've already pulled in here, it's gathering this information for me. Let's get even more specific and have it build something for us here. So we've got the data sets that are closed from our source campaigns. But now I want to compare that by the number of days it takes for those campaigns to close. So we're going to add to this by average days to close. I have to tell you, the first time I saw this, this was an emotional moment for me. This isn't a report that's already been built. This is a report that the software just built for me. And look at this graphic. I have all of our source campaigns listed right here, and I have it compared based on the number of days for those campaigns to close. Well, at a glance, which is our most effective? Sure enough, right up here at the top, look at direct marketing. If I hover over that, my direct marketing campaigns close in an average of 39 days. All right, so this is great information. I want to keep this table. I want to keep this chart. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this push pin. Now, it gives me an opportunity here to do several things with this. I can either pin it to its own dashboard and create a brand new dashboard for this, or I can add it to an existing dashboard that we already have information of this type. So here we go. We're going to add this to an existing dashboard, and I can choose the dashboard that I want to add it to with this down arrow. We're going to build our Contoso Opportunities dashboard right here by hitting Pin. Let's go see what that looks like. All right, so there it is. I've added this visual, so at a glance, I can see what's important right here, what's effective, and I can change this visual simply by dragging and dropping it, moving it around, changing its size. All that's available to me. Now, we have the average days to close and the successful campaigns. I know that I'm very interested in this direct marketing type of campaign. I want to take a look at what my sales team can act on quickly and be effective very quickly. So let's look at for our open direct marketing campaign. So I'm going to type in here, show direct marketing open opportunities. Great, look at this. Simply asking the question, it builds this table for me. And from this table, I can see which opportunities are open, who the owner of that opportunities, I can see its estimated revenue, its probability to close, and its current stage in the sales cycle. Let's go ahead and add this to our dashboard as well. All right, I'm opening up the dashboard. Now, I've got this great information right here. Let's rearrange this tile a little bit. I want this at the top. It's going to automatically push the data set below it so that we've got that information there. So now we've built our Contoso Opportunities dashboard, and at a glance, I can see what's really critical as far as the open campaigns that are effective and what opportunities exist within that campaign. So we've put together some really excellent information that my sales team will find valuable to them. Let's take a look at a couple of opportunities and ways to get this information to them. Now you'll notice if I come to the upper right hand corner, follow me, and I click on this share button right here, I have an opportunity to share this dashboard right here. And I can simply type in a distribution name here and select that and send this to them so that they have this as a shared document with them, and it'll show up in their email. They also have the ability to share the dashboard with their colleagues if they want to. Or I can hit this Access tab here and choose this link, copy this link to my dashboard or to my clipboard, and then let's open up a Skype for Business meeting right here. So simply by clicking on my Skype for Business icon, I, with one motion, can send an instant message to my entire team. Let's go ahead and type in here, this is great information. Let's meet. Now I'm going to paste that link in there and send this instant message off to the entire team. My team now has the opportunity to respond back to me. We can have this as an instant message, or I also have the choice, watch this. If I come down here, click on my present icon, I can share my desktop. And now as an entire team, we can discuss the pros and cons of the information that we're seeing right here. Who's most actionable? What steps do we need to take from here? Okay, so what we've done now, let's recap a little bit. We've gone ahead and we found which clients are the most important for us to get to right now, some that is really available. We went ahead and we had an ad hoc meeting with our entire team to discuss that. Let's go ahead and wrap up that meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and close that meeting out. Now, what I'd like to do at this stage is I want to go to our customer relationship management tool and take a look at which clients we can address these with right now. What's holding us up? Why not progress? So let's go into our CRM tool. I'm going to come up to the upper left, click on my app launcher, and let's click on the CRM title. All right, we're on our CRM tool. Okay, we've landed on our customer relationship management page. That's our CRM tool. In this page, you can see at my fingertips, I have the tools available to me to help me make the decisions that I face as a sales manager. Here's my dashboard that works with my sales pipeline. Here's my goal and progress. So if I want to drill down into any one of these, simply click on this icon. It allows me to open up that window where that information is drawn from. And you can see here's the visualization that you just saw on my dashboard, and here's the elements that make up that graphic. Well, hovering over these or clicking on them allows me to look at everything in the qualified section. If I come into here, I can look at everything that's in the development section. Let's click on that and drill down, see who makes up my development section of my sales pipeline. So here's my development section of my sales pipeline. And as I scan through this information at a glance, I can see which accounts are sizable. I can look at their probability. I can even sort based on their probability if I choose to. And here's one from Northwind Traders about our line of cameras. I can see Veronica Keck owns that. It's a $4.2 million opportunity. Let's open it up and see where we are with that opportunity. All right, my opportunity is open. Northwind Traders has expressed interest in the ADATEM X line of cameras here. And I can see everything that I need to about this account. Anybody who manages this account has this central location where we can all go to and see where the account stands. Now, across the top, if you look at the user interface, these are the various levels and stages of the process that this account or this opportunity goes through. I can see all the details surrounding this opportunity from my point of contact to the journal of activity on this account and who the stakeholders are that's involved with this particular opportunity. Now, as I scroll through this, I can look at the entire journal of activity, see what's important that I need to see, and I'm going to come up here and click on notes and see what the latest note is about this. I can see that Alex hasn't been responding to Veronica's phone calls, and it's been about a week since she last reached out to him. Let me see what I can do to help. Now over here I can see Alex is the point of contact that's important here. Let me come over here to the right. I notice that we have his phone number. Now part of the integrated story is if I simply click on that phone number, it's going to open up a Skype for Business phone call and I can reach Alex right now. All I need is my headset and Alex and I are having a phone conversation about his account right now. Now, Alex is excited about where we are with this project and with the roadmap that we've outlined for him. I want to share that with the rest of the team. So I'm going to put that note right here in the account, in the opportunity. So I've now added that note to the journal of activity. Anybody who's working on this particular project has access to this information just like you and I did. Okay, now, because of the importance of this situation, we're going to escalate our probability to close from 60% to 80%. Now, I've got this set up as a manual process, but you have the opportunity to customize this to work the way you like to work. So if you want to, you can automate or make manual any of these aspects. You don't even have to have the same fields in here that we've put in here. These are tools that enable you to make this work the way you like to work. You don't have to customize your business to this tool. Customize this tool to work the way your business likes to work. Now, because of the critical nature of the account now, I want to go ahead and have access to this on a regular basis. Follow what I do with my mouse. I'm going to take my mouse up here to the top bar, and if I click on this clock icon, this shows me all the recently viewed items in these opportunities in the records. If I hover over this particular recently viewed item, there's that push pin again. I'm going to hit that push pin, and now it locks it into this recently viewed item. I have a real quick access to get to this particular opportunity no matter where I am in the CRM tool. All right, so we've had our phone conversation with Mr. Wu. Now it's time to put together the presentation that's going to outline this roadmap. We've got an appointment set up. We're going to go sit down with Mr. Wu. Let's build that presentation. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get back to my CRM landing page that I was just on. So I'm going to go ahead and close out these two windows here. The reason I want to come back to this CRM landing page is in the upper left-hand corner. Here's that app launcher again. Anything that's tied to Office 365 gives me ability to follow breadcrumbs and get back and forth to those applications that are important to our conversation. So if I click on that, I want to go to my Sites tile. Just point out a couple things about the Sites tile. What do you see here that's critical? Well, notice there's several sites that have been promoted to me based on who I am within the organization and what might be important as far as the organization is concerned. It also has sites that I've chosen to follow. Any changes with these sites, I become notified about that. And then it's also recommending sites for me that might be important based on how I work. So within here, I have this search bar. Now, I'm not just going to click search here because I want you to see a couple things. If I hit that down arrow, what can I search? Well, I can search just this particular site, or I can search conversations, people, or everything. For our purpose, we're going to search everything right now. Here's my search results. Again, I can refine that search result if I want to. I can look for everything, people, conversation, videos. I can also narrow it down based on the file type that I'm looking for. But at a glance here, if I hover over the search results, it gives me a live preview as to what I'm looking for. And I can open this up or look at it, make a decision about it without even actually opening it up. So here's my ADATEM digital camera product roadmap. This is the information that's important to me. I can see right now at a glance, that's what I want in this slide deck. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on Edit. And simply by clicking on Edit, it's going to now open it in my PowerPoint. Okay, so I have this PowerPoint open. I want to look at just this. I don't want any of those other applications or documents or projects that I have open in the background. I just want this one thing open. I'm going to go ahead and grab the header. I'm going to bring it down a little bit and shake it side to side. It minimizes everything except this particular screen. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to view two documents side by side on the same screen? Have you ever been obsessive compulsive like I am and spend 5 minutes trying to get them even? You know what I'm talking about, right? Instead of doing that, I'm going to hold down the Windows key and tap the right arrow. Watch what happens. It snaps it to the halfway point on that screen, right? Now, we have pinned to our taskbar PowerPoint down here. Now, if I right click on PowerPoint, it's going to bring up a jump list for me just like it did in CRM. Now, this shows me my recent documents. It's only showing 2 of them here, but it will build up to about 10 of them and then cycle through that. Well, notice this executive presentation template. I'm going to be accessing this several times over the next few days. I want to keep access to it, and I don't want it to push through that list. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this push pin again and lock it into a pinned position within that jump list. So no matter where I am, I can right click on that PowerPoint icon and have access to this particular document. Let's open it up. Great, there it is. It's open on the screen. Now I want this pinned to the other side. So I'm going to hold down that Windows key, tap my left arrow, and now I have both documents pinned side by side. Real easy. So here's the situation. I want to move this ADATEM digital camera slide now into my executive presentation slide deck that I have. What would be the most intuitive, user-friendly way that you can think of to do that? Let's try drag and drop. So I'm going to grab this slide. I'm going to drag it into the right position. Now I want you to notice something that happens with the formatting when I do this. I'm going to drop it right there. Look at the difference. It's this exact same slide, right? But what did it do? It adopted automatically the formatting to the slide deck that I just moved it to, didn't it? All right, let's go ahead and close out that window and maximize this window. I now have my executive presentation slide deck populated with the slides that I need to show Mr. Wu. Okay, great. We had an outstanding conversation, Mr. Wu and I. He's ready to move forward. He signed the statement of work. I want to share this great news with the rest of the team. There's a lot of ways we could do that. We could possibly email it to everybody, but then the problem is it gets lost or inundated with other email. And so do we really want to do that? Let's put it someplace where there's some stickiness to it. And anybody who's involved with this project who has access to this information can view it. So I want to come back here to my browser. And I want to look at our Office 365 options again. If I click on my app launcher, watch what I have available to me. I'm going to hit this tile right here called Yammer. Yammer gives me an opportunity to work socially within our enterprise, within our organization, share great things, call out people for outstanding work, share information that might be important to the whole team. Have a place where somebody new to the team can go to get caught up with what's going on in the team. A number of options here. I really like this tool. So we're going to come over here to our group that's called Sales Opportunities. When I click on that, this allows me to share information that's specific to the sales organization, and I'm not having to get other people involved that have nothing to do with this. Have you ever had email that has no bearing on your life whatsoever? How helpful is that to you, right? So let's focus on sharing information to the people that it pertains to. So I'm going to go ahead and click a post here and create one for this particular tool and call out how exciting I am about Northwind Traders being on board and congratulate Veronica Keck for her great work. Okay, I've created this post. I've said, great job, outstanding work team. Congratulations, Veronica Keck. And I've let them know that Northwind Traders has signed the statement of work. I'm going to go ahead and hit post. Okay, think about this for a second. There's a bunch of reasons I really enjoy this tool, but one of them is, it was explained to me this way one time. Let's say you had your car break down and you've got a really good friend who's a mechanic, and he's going to try his best to get on that car that day, and he's going to get to it. It may take several hours, but you can expect that work done today, okay? Contrast that with, let's say you have a pit crew who can work on your team, and zip, 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 it's done and it's out, right? Okay, think about what you can do with a pit crew analogy. Let's say I want to post something that's important to my entire team, or I want to congratulate and call out some recognition to an individual, or somebody just joins my team and I want to get them up to speed quickly. Think about using this tool to meet those needs. Okay, let's kind of recap where we've been in this conversation. We started out today talking about the importance to identify important priorities in this entire sales cycle and uncover those opportunities that we can act on right now. We did all of this through Office 365. We started with our Power BI, where we were able to gain some key insights about what needs our attention and what we can move on right now. Then from there, we initiated a Skype for Business conversation with the entire team, where we were able to share that information and move forward. From there, we went into our customer relationship management tools, CRM, and we dug in and drilled down into some of these opportunities. We were able to discover who the key stakeholders were, what needs to happen to move this project forward. And from there, we decided to build our presentation for our opportunity. And then at the very end, we were able to go to Yammer and share our terrific success with the rest of the team. I hope you've seen a nugget or two that are really particularly helpful for you that might help you get better results faster. Thank you for your time. Would you like to test drive the solutions we've talked about yourself in a hands-on environment? Microsoft offers both online and in-person immersion experience sessions, which are fully customized to your business priorities. These sessions start with a roundtable to discuss your biggest business challenges, and then you'll log into a live environment in the cloud. This is a great way to get your hands-on experience with Windows 10 and Office 365 in a collaborative and fun environment. Come on by and check it out. Are built from my data sets, and my reports generate my dashboards. So to populate a dashboard, I can either drag and drop a report into this, or I can use the software here to help me build the reports that are specific to my questions. So here's one. We're a sales manager and we're trying to get this information for our sales team. I want to know what kind of campaigns have been successful in the past. So let me do a search on Let's Show Source Campaign. Opportunities quickly. So let's take a look at the user interface to start with. If I come up here to the upper left-hand corner, do you see those three horizontal lines together? Anytime you see that, that's a More Options button. So let's go ahead and expand that. And this gives me my navigation pane right here. Down at the very bottom, I have that Get Data tile. Get Data allows you to pull in data sources and data sets from any number source. They can be internal, they can be external, they can be dynamic, or they can be static. And that allows you to bring these data sets in here to build your reports from. So my reports launcher in the upper left-hand corner, that's your Office 365 tool that allows you to see all the applications that you have available to you. Now remember, as a sales manager, we want to see what's worked in the past. So one of the first places I want us to go is right here to Power BI. So we landed on our Power BI dashboard. Now this is where we have an opportunity at a glance to see what's important to me specifically. I can build the dashboards that are important to me. So as a sales manager, think about this. I want to take a look at the information that's going to help me make decisions for my sales team, help them get to their Hello, my name is Scott Dallin. I want to take a couple minutes and work with you today about ways that we can identify our sales priorities and uncover the opportunities associated with those quickly. So let's focus on how to work with leveraging our customer history to do that. We're going to pretend that we are a sales manager today, and we need to identify those opportunities for our team to help them get what they need quickly. So let's start with our corporate intranet site. I'm on my corporate intranet site. Let's go up to our app. Fantastic. Here is my source campaigns that we've all used in the past here within our organization. Now, let's take a look at some of our closed opportunities and how they've worked in the past. So I've got show source campaign typed in here. I want to go ahead and add a drill down opportunity here. So let's look at where opportunity status is already closed. Okay, remember, the reason I'm looking for information that's closed is because that's going to show us historically what's been effective. Now, it's still giving me a lot of